Hello and welcome to the 33rd episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. I'm your DM Connor, and those with us tonight in the Roll20 are Karen, played by Pyro,
Killer Keemstar.
Norvin, I'm assuming,
Hi.
playing Indariel. Fix your name.
Hi.
Silver, played by Tristan.
Hello.
Damn. You were the chosen one.
Morgana, played by Shane.
Hello.
And Fergus, played by Zan'Kiri.
I'm doing a good thing today.
I don't believe you.
Press X to doubt.
What? He is. He's helping cure a bunch of people like Anthony.
I don't need an insight check. Karen just doesn't believe you. Remember, Karen's out of town or out of house right now. He doesn't believe anything.
It's
Well,
Zan'Kiri. Something
last
that's
we left
good
off.
isn't always good.
You all had made your way back into Moonwatch, sold all of your loot, and started checking your mail, where you found out that most, if not all, of your enemies have managed to find your home address and proceeded to send you mail.
Don't forget frog.
Bam mail.
Frog.
Yes.
You have in total frog mail, the Talogith test, the vampire's version of the We Know hand note from Skyrim.
Brotherhood.
Bitches give me cyanide.
They did, but it basically
I
was just the
appreciate
We Know the We Know note.
Which is fine. Now I have cyanide. It's in my inventory.
You were also given a pamphlet by the Adventurers Guild that Zan'Kiri tentatively either joked or genuinely meant that he was going to curse them for every pamphlet they sent, and a summons from a local Moonwatch noble, the head of the divination wizards, who said there was a bit of a freaky fortune that he got when he was reading you all. You went, partook in it, and found that instead of seeing a little bit of everything and then interpreting, you all had an absence of everything. And then you found that Zan'Kiri's shard of reality was reacting really strange to this space. And you figured it must have been related somehow to the place Zan'Kiri came from. And we finished out that session as you all saw that there was still a crack in this place. You knew it wasn't Zan'Kiri's because he closed his behind him like a good mage. But looking through this one, you saw what looked to be a large humanoid figure. And when I say large, I mean the size of a city, with a settlement built atop it. And identified by your resident Gith, this seemed to be a Gith capital or just a large Gith city. And he suspects that someone from his old reality might have popped their way through and might be causing problems for them down the line. You were then brought out of this zone and brought out of the tower where you all had met. And the day is now yours. You do have upcoming the pamphlets of advertising that you're willing to de-liken people. And when you make your way back to Fort Nyx, assuming you're not going into town, you will see that there is a line starting to form. And the guard robots are actively standing over on the ledge with like red eyes. Seeing people standing like 10 feet from the doors. And they are kind of just standing, staring, red eyes. And you know they're waiting for him to take another step forward to move in.
They are the originals with the sleeping powder.
They are.
The sleep gas.
They are.
The gardener doesn't have the sleep gas, but
The gardener is actively like trimming the grass in front of these people.
yeah.
They figured out how far they could get by based on where the grass was cut and where
Literally.
it wasn't.
And they are right up to the line. And you see the guy in the very front just keeps looking down at his toes to make sure they're not crossed.
Nobody push. Nobody push.
And you
Oh, that'd be a great way to kill somebody.
God.
Just start a stampede while they're at the front.
So you all walk up and you see the gates are starting to be opened for you because I'm assuming your robots are instructed to open the doors for you like servants.
Yep.
And you cross in through Fort Nyx, and you see they are holding their action to do their sleeping gas, but they do, I believe, still have a blade or some sort of weapon attachment.
You're the one with their stat blocks.
I'll pull them up. Also, Dom messaged me. Shocker to no one. He said, it didn't send, but don't wait for me. I'm still driving back in. Uh-huh. Glad to
I
see
don't even
I'm
have
learning.
to- Yeah.
They're
Only
metallic.
took you 5 years.
Youch. Where?
Connor, I have a.
Yeah.
Would Zan'Kiri surmise that because that crack is still open, that somewhere out there in the relative position, floating, in wild space, kind of in the direction of that Githyanki city, there's just a sphere of annihilation just sitting there, waiting for somebody to crash into it.
Yes. There, in the pure void of space, there is a hole in the multiverse that you will just rip your ship open with.
Speed bump.
Because it won't show up on any sensors. You'll just be driving, and then suddenly there will be a bowling ball-sized hole straight through your ship.
Isn't there two, or did the one Uranus is guarding close?
It's a multiversal vibe check.
The shape of this universe is very weird, but irrelevant at the moment.
Imagine
Welcome to
driving
the-
through that thing and it fucking slams into your captain and just whips him in half.
All right, in POV, you're on the what's it called? Star Trek. On the when they're there next to Picard. What is that room called? The
Bridge?
bridge. Thank you. POV, you're on bridge crew, just going to the bathroom. All right, I'll be right back. You step in the door, close it. Suddenly, all the alarms start blaring. You look back in, and there's just your captain's head has been blown through by something.
Oh, good heavens!
It's a giraffe that knows magic.
Luckily, it's bridge crew, so they'll always come back. But
No, all the red shirts on the bridge got spaghettified when they went through it. All the non-red shirts and the actual bridge crew somehow ended up in that little void space on the other side. They get to work their way back.
that's fitting. So, you all are in the fort. The sun should be going down. Cairn is still enjoying his luxury wizard inn. You all have, I'll say, sun's going down. You've got 3 hours before the midnight timetable you gave. And there seems to be probably 15 people, groups of people totaling to 15 out in front. They seem to be families. These seem to be more noble type folks. Word may not have spread to the slums yet. Or
That's weird. We specifically passed those out.
I thought you were in like the top of Moonwatch. Rip it, like walking down the steps entry. You ripped it and tossed it to the wind up on the hill. If you did do it specifically in the slums, invert what I just said.
Yeah, no. The first place we passed it out was the slums, because that's
Okay.
where the majority of like people who have no other option are. The
Gotcha.
desperate folks.
So invert what I said. There's probably about 15 groups of families from the slums who are outside your door. And the nobility either don't know or did not bother coming to wait in the bread line. So,
Zan'Kiri is going to turn to the group.
All right, so who wants to let our guests into our currently empty recreational facilities so that they might find shelter for the night? I can do it if we feel like frightening them.
Perhaps it might be wise into frightening them to follow whatever rules we lay down.
The Minotaur is also there. I forgot to mention in the recap that he is still there and still waiting for any job you give him.
So where are they gonna be resting?
Zan'Kiri suggested building D.
Yeah, it's currently empty, so they just
Yeah.
set up a bunch of cots in there.
Ah, yes, we're making a hospice.
Yes, literally, that is what we were doing.
All right, well, I guess I'll go greet our guests.
The Minotaur is
Are we
behind
sure
you.
it's a hospice and not a hostel?
Hostile DM.
It depends on how they act.
Thank you.
Dear God.
I'll make sure that the robots won't sleep gas anyone trying to get in.
Do you tell them as Zan'Kiri is going to get the door, like the robot's like, hey, don't gas them?
Yeah.
Ye-
Do not gas them unless I say gas them.
They don't have speaking things, but you see on their faces like a pattern flashes over their eyes as they're the
I
means
just think
command
of the
received.
Marvin thing.
I wish I knew what you were talking about.
Titanfall, it has the smiley face and sad face stuff on their chest.
I
What they
got
do.
it, Tristan. I understood the reference.
Kind of similar in aesthetic. I just googled it very quickly, but yeah, just thumbs up emojis, ding ding ding.
Yeah.
And the doors are opened, and they start filing in. You see some kids marvel at the donkeys, who just kind of respond by passing gas. And they are shuffled into the recreation hall. Cot-wise, how are you all going about getting cots?
Getting cots.
Zan'Kiri had suggested putting up cots to have people stay the night, but you all do not possess some 30, 40 cots.
I don't know if that's something he could use Fabricate for. I don't think it's something worth using Fabricate for.
He could definitely use Fabricate for it. It just is going to depend on where he does it, depends on what they're going to be made out of.
Bones.
Now, I'm very concerned where the
it's-
pushy part's coming from.
It's the skin, obviously.
Sleep
Make them some hammocks. You just Don't you just want to be wrapped up in your family member's arms?
God damn.
No. Let's see.
If only you had 7 14 by 14 sheets of fabric. That's a reference to Pyro. You'll get it.
Oh,
He has fabric.
No, it's just a joke from campaign 1. It means
I
nothing.
remember that reference back in my day. Prestidigitation was a wonderful.
Let's see.
While y'all are coming up with that, Karen, is there anything special you wanted to do in the Wizard Hotel?
Not that I can immediately think of. No, I can think of nothing.
Okay. And you return to doing your nondescript,
Do you
hampered.
think we need to buy some?
Relaxing.
How much would they be?
How much would cots be?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bedrolls.
Alternatively, we can just do bedrolls, yeah.
That
That shouldn't be too expensive.
Throws looking up. Price of bedroll.
1 gold.
So a gold a bedroll, a gold a cot.
How many families are there?
There's about 15 groups, 15 families. They're not. Let's see.
So on average, if it's like
Using a nuclear family as a base, That'd be 4 times
60.
15, 60. It will be an interesting sell. However, you go to town and be like, "Hey, do you have 60 cots on hand?"
Yeah, we're forming a small hospice for removing curses right now.
Is somebody? So who is running to town to buy these?
I shall do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Morgana will run over. What am I buying again?
Do you have gold on you?
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember if you're one of those warforged who actually has gold or not. So
Yeah, I have a significant amount on me.
you make
I
your
mean-
way. You can make your way from like buying out the Adventurers Guild, the like general goods store. Like you kind of just do your rounds to every store you can and give your pitch. Give me either an investigation check to find more stores or a persuasion check to have people actually look in the back for extras.
-2 or 0?
Truly the best person for the job.
Yep.
Okay. You go into each store. I'm curious, what is her pitch when she comes in the door?
What is Morgana's pitch when she comes to the
Yes,
door?
the hi, welcome to the insert store here. What are you looking for? I feel like you have a funny or at least in character response to tell them.
Telling them that we need to get blankets.
Okay.
And is that you expect me to have something funny for that?
I don't know. I want to give you the opportunity in case you did.
I didn't.
Just as a note, Zan'Kiri would have sent her out with a phantom steed, so
Ooh.
there and back in like no time.
What
Zoomies.
does your Phantom Seed look like?
It's a skeleton horse, of course.
Valid. So,
It's a
talk-
skeleton.
I'm glad
Or is
Morgana
it-
pulls up on a skeleton. It's even better.
You are able to find 60 cots, so mark off 60 gold.
60G.
They're
Mhm.
like 3 crates, but given your strength, you can hold them, and since you also have the horse to keep you moving, you just have to like balance them on you while it hoofs it. No pun intended. So it's no problem for you to try and carry these 3 very large crates back to your fort, given that you have a steed and you're strong. I kind of just want Karen to look out his window for a moment, just see Morgana on a skeleton horse hauling 3 crates on her back, to go,
You know, Death Stranding's my favorite video game.
But you make it back, drop off the crates, and you all start unfolding them. They're not complex. They are wooden cots with like 2 sheets of fabric that have more or less just been you would very quickly sewn together to form a pocket to count as a bedroll on top of the wooden frame. But it works when you all flick out the wooden pieces. Luckily, it's not made by IKEA, so it's up very quickly. Is there anything you all wanted to do extra before midnight comes and you press the button to de-liken people?
Oh. I mean, Morgana's just gonna sit in the middle if anyone has to ask her something.
Okay. That was the other thing I was going to ask. Is anybody watching these people?
Zan'Kiri is going to give them a bit of a welcome to our cozy little home speech. Don't cause any trouble, and you can thank the weirdos of Fort Nyx as well as the ever generous
Governess Cromwell.
Cromwell of Moonwatch. And to please spread word of that generosity that more might be welcomed here in Uncursed, which is not a speech I'm going to give in character because I'm currently eating a very big burger.
Nice.
But he'll cast Enhance ability on himself just to make himself, more convincing.
And they are enraptured. I would say it's safe to say the party's a little bit intimidated by whatever Zan'Kiri's doing, because I don't think he's told anybody why he's doing this. But hearing Zan'Kiri give a philanthropy speech, I think, is rightfully off-putting.
Doing a good thing.
He's doing good things for himself. It always comes back around.
So, midnight comes. Morgana, you said you were watching the folks.
Yep. Morgana's just standing in the middle, watching everyone.
Do you have any silver parts on you, like actual silver metal? Do you think?
Silver metal.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave me what Morgana's made out of, so I'll just look at it.
I described it very vaguely, but this is more of like a, do you think part of her has silver plates on her?
They seem to be mostly steel, chromium, electrum, and mercury out of metals, and then 1% of various metals. Maybe. Maybe some silver.
Okay.
Will probably be definitely internal components.
Yeah.
It's not exactly pure, but Electrum is a alloy of silver and gold.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
Pyro
you go.
loves it.
I have some silver in me.
Okay. I wanted to consider if you had these silver plates for supposed lycanthropes, but otherwise the night passes, no issue. Midnight comes, somebody presses the button, and you see your spellstone kind of had a low hum to it. It had a sort of yellow color balled up in it as it had remove curse stored. And when it lights up, it flashes and it very brightly illuminates the entire compound for a moment before the energy suffuses out through the ground, and all those with a curse have it dispelled. And Dario, remember your cursed staff?
I have not had that for a while.
Okay, it's not. I was gonna say if you were tuned to it, your attunement is broken.
Yeah, I haven't had it for a while.
Gotcha. But if you have it in your room, you'll just see it kind of like gets knocked over by the pulse.
Oh, we left it in the temple.
You did?
Yes. Because that's how I unattuned to it very quickly. Zan'Kiri took it from me and threw it in the room with the other treasures that I got my current staff out of.
That's on me. I should have known literally everything ever that happened in this campaign. That's on me. That's on me.
Just in case you didn't know anything.
There it is.
To be fair, I didn't even know what staff you were talking about.
It's on me. I should have been clearer. It's on me. And you see the wave washes over them? I'm going to roll a d100 to see if any of these people were actually lichens. Yeah, it washes over them, and Morgana, they just kind of look and go, is it over? To your knowledge, yes, that was it.
And I'm guessing, is there going to be a silver check?
You can if you'd like.
I mean, I have no silver on me.
Not even silver coins?
Oh, I have 3 silver coins.
You
Because
take the
Morgana will wait by the door
so you
and
take
drop it in their hands.
Single fork. Rest.
Yeah, and there's no sizzling or physical reaction to the silver on any of the people here.
You're free to go about your lives.
Okay. Can we stay the night, or it's very late?
It is reasonable.
And they will chill out there until whatever time you wake them up in the morning, or 7 or when you wake them up, whichever comes first.
Peasants, they get up early anyway.
Yeah. They get up, and one by one you shoo them out of the fort. And day 1's been done.
What's the line looking like now?
So, as the
And
day goes
in the
on,
early
people come
morning?
towards the end because it was advertised, if I'm not mistaken, that it happens at midnight.
I think so.
Dom said he might not make it at all now. He just got home and found a bunch of ticks.
Damn.
That's what happens. You just lay in the grass.
On what he caught or on
Probably
him?
himself.
Probably himself, knowing Dom. So, Dat, covered in ticks and staying in his room for the day. It's my favorite
would be.
genre. It's my favorite genre of Dom missing is just Dat has had something horrendous happen to him where he's done something
Happened to him.
stupid and is now out of commission. So,
All right, everyone. Well, that worked well. I think. Kind of hard to tell if it worked or not.
We tested them with a silver coin.
Did you test any on the way in?
Buffering.
no.
No.
That is something to note for next time.
Actually, hold on. Wait a second. Did Zan'Kiri get uncursed?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it worked.
Thought he's
But in the middle of the night, as you were like meditating, your mind space, the pig in the corner, just gets atomized in the back of your head, and you hear one last death squeal.
Reach.
I'm
Goodbye,
not gonna.
pig.
I'm not going to attempt it, but just fucking obliterated, and just quiet.
One less voice.
And by the next morning, you feel almost like hungover or jet lagged. The next morning, as your strength drops back down to what it's supposed to be, and then it worked.
Well then. So, do we have any business at the moment?
Unless we wish to pursue what we learned with the fortune teller.
or deal with your doppelganger.
Or with your family.
I still have to keep on calling them.
You go.
We have 2 weeks for me to make conversations with them.
You have not gotten a phone call yet, but you remember the last time you spoke to them, you said, like,
Hello?
I just said hello.
and they said, "That sounds like Silver. These only work once a day."
I know. I'm gonna call at lunch. It's still morning.
Yep. So, did you all have anything you want to do during the day? If not, I'll just speed through to the things you all actually want to do.
I have nothing I need to accomplish.
I don't think so. I think. Correct me if I'm mistaken, guys. What are our current quests? Are go track down Dax and Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Open up Pandora's box, essentially.
Yep.
Which I'm going to suggest we not do. for the
Not
time
yet.
being.
Yeah.
You could also
Nope.
charter a boat and go visit the frog person who contacted Morgana, which I don't think anybody actually questioned her about her relationship with the frog.
Oh, he only won't let
To
you
be
say
fair,
that.
it was immediately.
No
It
one
was
said anything.
right after it. You got the Talagith box, but after a morning's rest, you might have realized, hey, we never asked about the frog person talking to Morgana or her sending stone. There would also be I think that's about it.
There was whatever the fuck that was with the fortune teller.
Right.
That was go to space.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit outside of our price range at the moment.
Yeah. Unless we want to steal a Spelljammer ship.
No more family-funded space expeditions this time.
Who
Aw.
knows? Maybe my aunt actually has a quick ride for
Yeah,
me.
he's
Oh
money.
my god.
I think your aunt's too busy threatening us to give us a ship.
Oh, it's not my aunt. It's it's most likely my mom threatening my dad and my aunt to get this
Question.
doing.
Your family's like uber hunters, aren't they? Or is that just
Only-
a you thing?
Um,
I know your
just my
family's
father.
like in there. Okay.
My father's the hunter. My aunt didn't join the thing, just helps
Okay.
fix his ship. And
Okay.
my mom's an innkeeper.
Fair enough. Level 20 fighter.
As long as you stay out of our kitchen.
More like the
Hee
ale supply.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
She has a wooden spoon for my aunt.
Yep.
Fuck.
Now, how big is the spoon? Is this like scoops big?
Immediately
Scoops.
large spoon.
Handed down
Yep.
from every mom NPC from campaign to campaign.
Yes.
So, considering our current objectives, why don't we take a few days of rest, considering everything that's happened in the last week or so, and then we can head back down into the Underdark in order to deal with this Mr. Bolton. I do believe that going across the sea at the current moment might be a bit of a long journey both ways.
That stands to reason.
Once again, Dom's backstory happens when he's not here.
He'll be there to kill Daxum, that's about it.
Yeah. He'll show up, get the kill, man. Alright. Check that off.
Daxon is the doc, right?
Yep.
Dirty gack.
So, 2 weeks of downtime,
Pretty much.
and then back to the Underdark to track down an illithid.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Return to Bairn.
So what do you say at noon, Silver, on that first day?
Yeah, I'll say it. I wrote down the first thing I'm gonna say. Going to be quick. Found a bunch of weirdos for work, but don't let mom worried. Don't let mom worry. I know she is the one badgering about this.
Was that the full 25?
That's 25 words.
All right. I didn't
I
bother
counted.
counting. I didn't bother counting against you because you said you'd written it down. As a response, you hear, "All right. Just checking in. All right, checking in. Stay safe. Report back any strange findings. Beware of local hag. Swore oath of vengeance recently.
Oh,
Give me a history check real quick, Silver."
History check.
Mhm.
Let's see. Well,
what did Crowbeak get herself into now?
You identify it's Crowbeak that he's talking about, but you don't
I
remember.
mean, I know about Crowbeak. I know she's getting some peoples from our rat,
Hmm.
but I don't know anything about the vengeance thing.
Damn
No
shame.
flash.
So yeah, now you have something to look into. I'm not gonna go day by day here, but 2 weeks of downtime. What do y'all? Somebody can volunteer for what they'd like to spend it doing, or just saying they have nothing, and we'll just tack on to somebody else's.
Going to either fort.
Okay. Who
In
all's
2
accompanying
weeks?
her?
Who do you think?
I mean, it's about a 2 week trip, I think, on
I'll go.
Surge.
I think it's a back and forth trip, but who's gonna be watching the?
We have the Minotaur. We have anyone else who doesn't want to go.
What's it called? You're only doing the
That will be here.
Capable hands.
yeah. You're only doing the whatchamacallit, remove curse thing for over a week, right? Or is it the 2 weeks?
2 weeks. It's
Okay.
until the new moon.
Okay. I'll stay in town then. I already paid that.
So who wants to go to either fort with Morgana?
For what?
I have to get reprogrammed to get a feat.
Katira will go.
which-
I'll go. I'll get more schematics.
I have to turn Great Weapon Master into dual wielder so I can actually use my chainsaws.
You saddle up Beatrice and Clyde on your cart, and Silver, Katira, and Morgana, and Ariel. This is you. I'm assuming you're okay. I would be shocked if you stayed with Zan'Kiri in the fort, as opposed to your
Yep.
girlfriend.
He said initially, "Who do you think?"
So the base will be left in the capable hands of a couple of robots, Zan'Kiri, a Minotaur, and that rat with ticks.
Yeah.
Yep.
All his ticks have chores.
Knowing that Karen was in town, Morgana would want to stop by town and ask Karen if he wants to join.
You're able to do so. Who is driving at the moment? Because Karen was your animal handler before.
I guess I'll go.
I would
well,
like
no,
to-
no. I've already paid for the things that there might be something in town that I think about it. So no, I'll decline.
Who is driving the cart?
Katira.
Give me an animal handling check. Because normally Karen was your designated driver. And Beatrice and Clyde
Because
respond to
she's
you
better
very
at it.
well.
She's okay.
Wisdom
Karen's just better.
gaming.
You all slide by town and come across the. It looks like a normal, unsuspecting inn. The kind of Harry Potter style. When you open it up, there's just this contained giant wizard's tower with spiraling levels, like a levitating disc. And you just check in, get page up to Cairn, and he says, essentially, he's good.
I'm good. I've already booked this for the next 2 weeks. I'm on vacation. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
There is a full major image being broadcasted in front of you to like show what he's in.
I'll come down and see him. I'm not that going full. I might be, but yeah, I'll come down to see
Full
them.
resort.
Yeah, I'm wearing a little like umbrella hat with a martini or something in my hand, just full beer bellying it. No, I'm gonna chill here before the next time we're forced to go into that hellhole. Sips tea.
You see there's a door on this base level with like a switch next to it, and it currently says pool. And you see on the other side there is a large expansed pool.
Very well.
Is there anything you wish for us to keep an eye out for you?
Well, if you see anything with more than adequate incisors or fangs, if you want to call them that, definitely keep me posted. Otherwise, not really.
All right. That's enough of disrupting his vacation time.
Is Karen a pool guy or is he like a sauna guy? Or the door I'm referencing, by the way, you just switch the knob and it changes the door to a different amenity.
I've seen robots.
Yeah.
I know what I'm about. Karen's definitely going full pool mode. Just at the start, he's just like reading a book.
Big flamingo float, reading a book.
Yes. Matter of fact, Karen doesn't really know how to swim, I would assume. So he's just gonna sit by the pool, and then probably have a moment where he slips and falls, and he's like, "Oh, this is awful." And then he lets the bear take over. So he's just like trundling along the bottom like a fucking hippo.
You just fall in, and just for a moment, this is it. This is how I go. All this
Nothing to do
time,
with
vampires
at all.
fleeing planets. What filled me? Never growing up near a body of water that wasn't frozen. And then the bear part kicks in and slams you up to this edge. Dog shakes.
Brr.
Then you just keep reading.
Yes, it's like I changed my mind. That's evil.
I only dog paddle.
And I'm gonna message you the thing I actually did realize I can do right now.
All right, real quick, can you switch over to the world map or the continent map?
Sure can.
I need to measure something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, so it is a bit more than a 2-week trip. To and back.
Well, then they can wait for us to get back.
So it looks like it's 11 there. Does he measure out 40 in there? So it's 11 there and 11 back. Unless you take a boat from Moonwatch to Steelwood.
How much faster?
Yeah, but then we wouldn't. Unless there's like a ferry where we could take the cart.
Not particularly. There is the passenger line that you all were on before. That'll get you there in about a day.
Damn.
Or a couple days. Faster than traveling over land, but yeah. But
Connor.
otherwise, yes.
Since I'm gonna have to leave in like 40-ish, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Zan'Kiri's gonna stay behind, and we can just say that while I'm gone is him being there.
It's him just running the fort.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. So the troop minus Cairn and everyone else who's not there set out. Let me just erase. Yep. Oh, I'm on. That's why I was on the measuring tool. And yeah. And then up top, you have your party cart positions. And you all start heading out. To save us from rolling the travel time for each of them, each of you just roll me a d20. I want to see how eventful this trip was when you get there.
Was anything going to happen at the fort?
A courier would have appeared with a note for Zan'Kiri, and he would have heard it by I'm not trying to break in. I've just got mail. I have to get to the mail slot. And the robot's just kind of glaring.
Got a letter for you. Your eyes only.
I did set them to only attack if I say anything.
Oh, did you not take that off? Or they just so now they're just guards who refuse to attack?
I will.
Pacifist.
I'll
Guards.
set it up as if anyone seems hostile, like attacking.
Your guards will do the best they can to incite every person who comes up.
Yep.
What are your intentions? Who is that other dog? Where did that other dog come from? Who is he?
So as I said, they are glaring at this courier who has a package. Suspicious. I can't see what's inside of it.
Zan'Kiri will head out to meet the courier.
I got a letter for you. He just hands it. He starts to reach over the line and just takes a step back and sticks his arm out.
Zan'Kiri just twitches a finger and it flies out of his hand toward him.
Official stationery from the governess of Moonwatch.
Oh, now I wonder what she could want.
Snap the wax as you're going in. Flick the doors shut. Inside is an olive branch letter. Dearest Zan'Kiri, it has come to my attention there's been a recent misunderstanding, yada yada yada. I much appreciate your decorum and auspicious nature in helping the citizens of Moonwatch, yada yada yada. I hope you can forgive me for basically it's just her apologizing for her misunderstanding and saying that she's so not proud, but she's glad to have you as an ally, and that you took such a well-measured response. You have enough of a wisdom to know a little bit fluff text, but she is apologizing for her misunderstanding.
Let me check one thing real.
I don't know who's drawing shit down there.
Just readjusting New York.
Stupid humans. So easily manipulated.
Ironic.
I'm trying to make Mogus on Bellard.
Well then, good to know that that's been settled. Wouldn't want any unruly neighbors next to my fort.
And then we come back to the cart people. So everybody on the cart roll me a d20. I want to see how comically painful or easy this trip is. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. And silver.
Yep. Ooh.
So pretty mixed. The donkeys just straight up refuse to accept most of your orders, Katira. They rebel that Cairn is not driving, and they keep trying to veer off the path, and you can't ever really zone out. You have to keep pulling them back in, pushing them forward.
She just
etc.
repeatedly, every time they get angsty, she just goes, I am not Cairn. I cannot be Cairn. I am only what I am, and you must accept me.
You're not my real master.
Where's my
I apologize that Cairn is not here, but he is not here, and I am.
And they try and veer off in split directions while cabled in.
Oh.
And Ariel and Morgana, fittingly having the highest rolls. Y'all just have like a picnic on the back like every day. It's like a gentle rain comes in, but there's like a tarp covering it, so you all are fine. Katira's soaking wet. Silver, you have just like you're just kind of bored. Nothing really good or bad happens to you. But you all make your way to Etherfort. After grueling to stop drawing fucking Amogus.
That's pretty sus. Don't want a Mogus on your map? That's pretty sus.
But you all make your way into Etherfort. Where I will unarchive the... Where is it?
Yes. Yes. Almost there. Perfection.
Pyre, what the fuck are you doing? Honest to God.
I am readjusting.
Where?
So while you were thinking of that, you make your way back to Etherport. And you were headed to the Artificers Guild?
Yes.
We make your way. Peep the chat players. And you make your way to the Artificer Guild, no problem. What you are going in to get your reprogramming service. Did I give you a price for this already?
It's at 5,000.
Yeah, that sounds right. You can go ahead and mark it off if you'd like. It will take most of a day. But they take you in, and it's very very cyberpunk doctor style table.
Well,
that
there's
they
two
strap
types of
you
rubber
into.
dog.
Not a good one. Well, actually, no, this one probably is a good looking one.
Oh, so it's
It
not
isn't.
it's not Edgerunners. Okay. Shame.
And you are plugged in, Morgana, and
Gonna
you are
crawl you
told
up.
basically like, all right, count back from 3 in binary, and by the
It's not
time
that
before you
bad.
even get to 1, you are in like safety mode. And you all see she has those blue chevrons on her when she's getting an update while she's zonked out here.
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
111001.
110110.
No, 11100100.
That's counting back from 3 in binary.
Thank you.
The Omnisci understand.
You guys not speak binary?
No!
No!
My binary is very
I can count in binary, but I forgot how to
hard.
say letters.
I don't listen. I don't know.
Uh,
No! No,
So-
I don't speak binary. I'm a gay person
Mhm.
with a BFA in music theater.
mhm.
Damn, Liv, that's pretty stereotypical of you.
So while Morgana's
Yes!
under
Shame.
I am a stereotype.
while Morgana's under the tech knife, what are you all doing in town for most of the day?
Looking for Mechanicus music.
You're
Mhm.
not there.
Different town.
What are you all doing in town?
Hmm.
Are we not staying with her like in the waiting room?
This is going to be like 7.5 or more hours. Like she is offline, just kind of chilling there. Put something on then, Pyro. Put on town ambiance if it's bothering you.
Let's see.
I don't know.
The scene keeps changing. I didn't put on music because don't want to put on the woods for 30 seconds to stop and then put on a town for 30 seconds. Thank you.
So
Hopefully now he'll calm his bitch fit.
There's 2 Dawnworth temples. Interesting.
There should not be 2 Dawnworth temples.
There is! There's one down here!
Oh. The one down there is not Dawnworth. That one's
And there's
missing.
one up here.
The one up top is Dawnworth. The one down on the bottom is not. I'll pull up what the one on the bottom actually is. Give me a minute.
Lawnworth. Not to be confused with Dawnworth.
I can only do that joke one time.
No, I think it works more the more you do it. Then it's just a regular convention in your world.
No,
It's just a thing that people keep naming shit twice.
that one is the Sky Spear Temple.
Ah.
So, what is everybody else doing? If anything. Or do y'all just chill in a waiting room, not even a waiting room, because it's not a doctor's office, just chill in a guild hall for 8 hours, listening to metal clanging, experiments going on, lectures, just kind of sitting there in the way for a day.
I mean, during our travel here, Morgana would have probably told them that from the information about Aegis that Morgana has heard from the ball, that they're not really active anymore.
Mhm.
While Morgana's being reprogrammed, if any of them would want to look around and talk to people about what they know about Aegis, that would be appreciated.
There we go. Morgana has given us a quest.
So, you all, the way I'll run this is just find points of interest or types of people you're looking for. Then you can give me checks to try and identify it. I'm assuming you all are starting in the Artificers Guild. So who would like to spearhead looking for Aegis and how?
Morgana will just ask people around.
Mhm.
I mean, and Daryl will just ask people who seem knowledgeable.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check. Pretty good. You find some people. I'm going to roll a d100 to see how good of a success this is.
What's the point of me rolling then if you're just gonna
You're
roll
getting-
a d100 to see how good it is? I mean, I rolled a
It's
fucking 19.
specifically if somebody's from a certain place, they would know a lot. But it's you get from them that it was an up and coming. God, I have to change off bot commands because it keeps breaking. You get that Aegis was a weapons company that had gone off the radar for a while, presumed to have just gone under. They made decent tech, all things you already knew. You know that they weren't based out of Bellybush, which I believe Morgana has told you that that's where she woke up. Right, Shane?
Huh? Sorry, someone was messaging me some nonsense.
Did you tell them you were from Bellybush, as that's where you woke up?
Yeah, Morgana would have told them that.
You know that originally they were kind of a smaller startup from folks from Leoteth had started building out a main office in Newfort, and then they had sent out smaller teams other places to try and R&D specific weird places in the world, one of which would have been Bellybush. If you mention, like, hey, my friend woke up around there, if you're fully forthcoming, then they might. Well, were you fully forthcoming with everything you know?
Everything Morgana knows?
Norvin, I'm talking to.
Oh, Norvin.
She would try to be subtle about it and try and figure out where they originated from. And did she ever hear the name of that person that was summoned?
I don't remember. I'd have to look back on the VOD.
He didn't.
If not, she would definitely describe him and ask if they knew that specific person.
I don't believe he said his name. He said Morgana's name, or well, Morgana's name, quote unquote, Marilla.
That Malira, yes, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I think he said a name of something, but you're right. It was definitely just saying Malira, not his own name. You give a description, and with a 24, they said it reminded him of a guy who used to work here in Etherfort, who went off and became one of their lead scientists, one of their lead artificers, rather. Sorry, let me use the fantasy words. But nobody's heard of him from him since, and he's assumed.
What was his name?
His name, as I look it up, I believe he was a half elf, correct? Or was he a human? Shane.
The scientist guy? I think he's human.
With the frogs, yeah, I was human.
His name was Destrian. Destrian Montague. Keep pasting.
So, hey,
You've used that name in your game before. We've heard that before.
Not how you spell Montague.
By the way, Shane, was that not what I had messaged you?
Malira? I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't write it down the first time, and I regretted it ever since. And I can't scroll up because I can't find it. Is it Malira?
Replying to it in our messages.
Yes, that is it. Oopsies. Ignore me.
Maligama. You would know. They mentioned that he was working on what basically translates to Warforged tech, like making golems of higher and higher autonomy was his specialty, and that's what he was brought on to do.
And that they last saw him going where? To Aetherfort?
So he went from
We're
here.
in Aetherfort.
Yes, he trained and studied here at the guild, and then he was hired by this Aegis company, and then he went to Bellybush, as you're able to piece together from everything you know, to work on advanced Warforged technologies, where he is presumed to have died. They could. Is there anything else you wanted to ask them?
Was there anything else that Morgana asked me to ask?
Just discovering about anything about Aegis works fine. Not anything specific.
Yeah, just she'll try and figure out as much as she can about Aegis.
So a good place to check would be the library. Just give me an investigation check as you're trying to read in on like historical
Alright.
things, scanning for stuff about their company.
Wow. Anybody got a luck point or inspiration that can save that bullshit roll from me?
Int?
Unlucky, no.
Not for int.
I only have strength.
Check Dex's Dax. Fuck.
Cannot check that. He's not here. Unless he's fucking Omen.
Bitch, fucking what?
He is a.
Hello?
Fix your name, cunt.
He'll get
I'll
around.
get around to it.
I thought so.
Dom, do you have an int card?
No.
So with
With a fucking 11.
the library is much larger than you were expecting, and you're combing through historical records, and you're starting.
Hold
to
on,
go
hold on,
across-
hold on. I may have something that does something with this because of this.
And if you do not know, you often know where you can find it. You just go to the library, and that rule that knowledge you seek is secreted away. So that lets you.
That
see
just tells me, yeah.
this would be a good place to look.
Yep.
And you found that. And you found the very specific section that would work very well. However, you're going cross-eyed reading business ledgers over and over again, scanning for this one fucking word. And you get pretty much nowhere. But you have a space sectioned out.
She'll stay there the entire 7 hours trying to find the information.
It's very much like reading the book of Numbers in the Bible. It's just repetitive, useless information.
This man, son of this man.
She's
son
a researcher, so it's something she's used to doing.
So, Katira, was there anything you wanted to do for this day? Or Silver?
If Silver has something, he can go through first because mine's kind of weird.
I'm still trying to think. I'm probably gonna see if they have anything like magic bullets around. I guess.
This is the place to look.
Yeah.
They would. Let me come up on a price for magical ammo.
And what kind of magic ammo will they have? Wonder if they ever tried imbuing bullets with spells similar to making a scroll, but inscribing it on a bullet.
They have. Let's say.
Mass healing word in a bullet.
They do have cure wounds bullets, but they don't do damage. They're basically like a big old needle, like your healing fantasy guns. Let's see, we'll run half the price of a plot because it's like a consumable. Are you looking for bullets?
Bullets, most likely. Depends on what the bullet is. I mean, I
Healing
know.
grenade. The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
There was nothing hilly about the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
That thing hit like a fucking freight train.
So,
No
Remove
healing
the
was
rabbit.
involved for that rabbit.
for just a basic +1 bullet, it'll run you 150 per bullet. And they lose their magic after you shoot them because they're ammunition bullets. They're magic ammunition.
Yeah.
So when you
I
recover them,
understand.
they'll just be basic.
Patent pending by Doomsday Enterprises.
There's about
I don't think I ever really tried getting back bullets. I would think they would just be all dented and squished. Everything I did.
But
I mean, if
they've
you
got-
tried to recover them, you could in theory melt them down and make more.
there's about 10 for those of you who are in the scene, aka Silver. There's about 10 of them you can buy at the guild. And people have just taken good quality scrap metal, melted into a bullet, and selling it to recoup some of their experiment costs. If you want anything special, like a spell loaded or a damage type switched, let me know.
Would
Like
there be a
wounds,
bullet that would have? I was thinking more of a bullet of pulled person.
Ooh. That could be done. It'll be much more expensive. But
How
Geese
expensive?
bullet.
generating a cost now.
A smite bullet.
That's just a regular, really good bullet. Let's see. We'll do that plus 450 gold pieces for a hold person bullet. And you will be concentrating as if by the spell. It'll take them an hour to make one.
Let's see. 450 you said?
450, yes.
I want.
Because this is kind of happening as Endariel's asking around about it. You're walking around and you come across somebody with some free time, and they offer to make it for you for 450.
Let's see. $450. I shall go. How much would I? Let's see. I'm just using a calculator, seeing how many I need. How much I would have to pay. 10 times 2, that's 4,500.
I will mention, on a misfire, it'll cast it on you.
Oh,
The magic will normally fires forward and from you towards your target, but if it misfires, it'll launch back towards you.
Paralysis would break his concentration, though.
He's not. You can concentrate while paralyzed.
I can't.
Since when?
Doesn't it incapacitate?
Wait, hold person.
Checking now. I didn't think you did, but it
Paralyzing
does
creatures
incapacitate.
incapacitated.
Interesting. Well, I guess it'll just be more of a thing you know that for a moment you're locked up before it breaks your concentration.
Yeah, I will get. How much is a platinum? I forgot
10
again.
gold. 10 gold.
10 gold. So. Okay, so that would mean. I guess I'll get. Okay. So. Then 500 divided by 10. 450 platinum and. Okay, so I shall hand 450 platinum and get 10 hold person bullets.
Yep, and it'll take him 10 hours to make them.
Fair enough.
So that's your whole day, his whole day commissioning them. You just hand it off.
Yeah.
But he's happy to get, he's happy to have his next project funded entirely by these fancy bullets. And you see he goes over and starts taking apart other bullets and adding some crushed up powder into the gunpowder and starts taking a device to inscribe very small runes on the head of the bullet. And he starts to work. Katira, you said you had something weird you wanted to do.
Yes. So while Andariel is in the library and Tristan is getting his bullets commissioned, she's gonna try and wander around the town and see if anything in town happening, anything she sees or comes across, triggers any sort of, if she can remember how to be happy.
Ooh.
If she can trigger anything from joy, if it'll spark anything. Like just
Interesting.
wandering around being like, am I feeling any, because she knows at this point what it feels like when it's kind of like, okay, this is something I need to explore further. So she's looking for something that'll trigger a memory of an emotion.
Point somewhere on the map that she would start walking, because there's pretty much anywhere she could find something, but I would need some guidance on the flavor of joy that she might see. You've been to the Colosseum before. I don't think you've been inside any of the temples. You're in the Artificers Guild.
For her, because she is, I mean, she understands religion, even if she's not like fully religious. But for her, she she'd probably try to go somewhere there are kids.
Okay.
Like maybe the market or someplace that.
The market,
Just
the
something
Mages Guild,
very-
or the Adventurers Guild?
Well, she has all of love back, so not a couple on a date, but like, maybe the market, actually.
Okay. So you cut your way into the Titan's Footprint Market. It is a sprawling mess, and you find some places where you see some very cute.
Like the unbridled joy of kids just playing.
You find some like family-owned stalls where you see in the back there's just like a little pen with kids just sword fighting and playing. And you just kind of have to catch yourself. And you're like, this looks a little weird to just be staring at kids for a bit, but
yeah.
You see them and their parents going over and checking on them, giving them food, general care. And you start to come at it from the angle of love and tenderness. And you understand the caretaking end of it.
Yeah.
You're trying to empathize with the receiving part. Fuck you, Norvin.
Or just...
You just put kids in a pen, dude.
Yeah, like a
It's a
playpen,
fucking
right?
playpen, you goddamn degenerate.
Dude.
You're right, I should have put him in the street. Let them grow up like they did in the good old days.
Dude, if they're sword fighting, they're old enough not to be in a fucking pen.
It is a busy... would get trampled if they were playing in the thoroughfare.
They don't have to play in the...
You never played street hockey, Connor?
Yeah.
Car's coming.
You know what? In the middle of the car, in the middle of the fucking highway? Yeah, how dare I? Anyway.
Never have children.
Shut up. You can... It's a fairly slim chance. But go ahead and roll me a D100, Katira.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
you start leaning into it and somebody bumps into you in the back and like almost knocks you over, just pushing a cart. And you realize this is not the best place to try and trance.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's also fair.
That is also the explanation on why it doesn't work. But
Stunning strike.
just completely unload on this one random commoner. Okay, then.
We have to get out of Aetherfort right away.
What'd you do?
I've committed felony.
I atomized a guy. Don't worry about it.
I committed a felony. We're running away now.
You eventually get pushed out of the market just by the flow of people. You end up wandering through the park for a bit. Is there anything else you wanted to try and do?
I mean, she's thinking about that. She's kind of goes, okay, that didn't work. She already kind of... I mean, in the same day, probably, because the thing she'd want to do would probably be... Well, I mean, she could get started on it. She kind of wants to go to the library and see if she can find any... She knows she's probably not going to find anything about Astray specifically, but if there's any sort of similar stories of those kinds of transformations of people coming back.
Give me an investigation check. Yeah. I'm assuming you check in with Andariel and ask for a section that would be appropriate, and then she points you to an area, and you do just as well as she does.
Yep, exactly as well. Like,
You find a...
This is beyond me.
You get placed into like a extraplanar biology section. It's all about things from beyond the material plane and how they work and what they do. You see diagrams of like dissected earth elementals, like aberration samples. And you come across a book about the creatures of the Underdark, and you do see depictions of the Astray. It is... Your hair stands on end when you look at them because they're like hand-drawn. Their eyes are still somehow piercingly human, but their bodies are just horrid monsters. You do not find any stories of bringing them back. In fact, with an 11, you even find things that say that the transformation is irreversible and damages its victims so that they're cursed to live in eternal suffering. Which you know isn't entirely true. Because you've been around in your order. There are sometimes they can bring people from the edge. As people are... If they're not fully converted, you knew monks from where you were from who could help cleanse them and get their soul to pass on. So it's not entirely true what the book says. And it seems to be like a very surface level description of them. But it's also the only one you really find of note mentioning the Astray.
Valid. That's about it for that day.
Alright. Morgana.
Yes?
You have been put under. And you're having your systems reprogrammed to switch from Great Weapon to Dual Wielder.
Yes.
As you're going under, did you want to try and enter your dream state that you've been in a few times before?
Sure.
Give me some sort of mental stat. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Charisma's mental?
As opposed to considering...
It's personality-wise, yeah.
Is this a check or a save or what?
A check.
Okay, well, the only one that's positive.
Oh!
Oh. And I'm
Do I have to
talking
say-
shit. And I'm talking shit. That's what I get.
He was in the chat.
Well, it's I rolled a 1.
Total
Two
what?
total.
Total of 2.
Woo.
So you...
Roll 20 said, who the fuck you think you're talking to?
It said, you talking big shit. You think this is
Well, if
Monday?
it isn't Saucy Jack.
You think this is Foundry?
and knows I've been cheating on it with Foundry. It's like, well, let me give you a reason. Oh,
So you fail to initiate it, and instead just go into robot dreams of whatever you have anytime you're fully offline.
just
Electric sheep.
nothing. The blue screen.
And then when the 8-ish hour procedure's done, you wake up, software is coming online, and you have had Great Weapon Master switch to dual wielder,
Yes.
and you're all ready to leave Etherfort.
Woo!
Granted that Crowbeak said she's gonna send those things through the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have happened while we were traveling. Could I have already had them into my arms?
Yes.
Yeah, it's time. Also,
Is there any chance
real
I
quick-
could stay up all night doing that research and get another roll?
Sure.
I'll just sleep on the way home. Fuck it.
Also, real quick, asking about the stats. It was the D8 for the regular longsword plus 3d6, but it doesn't glow. That was the trade-off.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I like the sound of that.
Well,
Do they have any training dummies in the guild, like what they shoot?
They do have some. They're like broken and beaten, where people will test stuff and weapons on them. They will, if you ask, they will let you go to like a full wooden-bodied one.
Morgana will approach it, raise up both of her hands, clench her fists together as the chainsaws come flying out and start revving and spinning. And then she'll just cross her arms and just slash into it. And I want to see how this number gets on the first one. Yeah, I like the look of that.
As you swing down one hand on it, or you take this wooden dummy and just slice it off its stand, boom, through the chest of it. And you can just hear someone behind you go, "Damn!"
Wait, what are the stats of this thing?
It's what is it? Flame tongue.
The arm blade or whatever.
Yeah, but how's it been changed?
Sorry, it just
it
doesn't
doesn't
glow.
gl-
It's just
It's
slashing
an
instead
arm
of fire.
blade, and it's slashing instead of fire.
Flame tongues deal 2d6, not 3d6.
Oh,
What the fuck is that noise?
let me fix that then.
The reason my guy was dealing a bunch of extra d6s was because he had a great sword.
I've always thought Flame Tongue was 3d6 on Trollo.
No. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage.
Oh well. Still, chainsaw. Still like number. Big number. And then, after enjoying cutting through that thing, Morgana will retract them both and walk off to look for everybody. I don't know where everyone is.
2 of us are in the library. The third, I think, is still in the guild.
That's Tristan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Silver.
Or my bad, Silver.
Close enough.
I've been with many names.
Connor.
Results inconclusive on the noise.
Connor, I have a question.
Yes.
Would it be possible to summon up a demon and take disease or poison off of their normal, like just collect it and just put it on the weapons of the undead? Like a one-time use for them.
So the summon demon specifically says when the concentration ends, it doesn't disappear, right? Or is this one that when concentration ends, they do disappear?
Depends on whether or not they broke free.
Hmm. I'm going to say specifically with this spell, because there is a chance that they stay, as opposed to like summons that when they get dropped to 0, they just disappear. I'm going to say yes, you can, because it is literally summoning the demons up into the material and then sending them away, as opposed to other spells that might have like a facsimile of something, like a summon celestial. When it drops to 0, just bamfs back.
Okay.
So I'll go with yes. It'll take time, but you've got plenty of it.
Yeah, he's got like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah. Zan'Kiri was given prep time. It's like giving Batman time. You've already fucked
Why
yourself.
is Zan'Kiri a fish person now?
I had to reload so my chat would fix itself, but I gotta go anyway. So
Okay.
See ya.
all right, see you guys next week.
Bye, Morgan.
Bye.
Actually, the week after, because in that
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, week after.
Next session.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck with all the rest of your downtime shopping stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's where the fun begins. No.
We have downtime?
We've been doing downtime. You were at the fort, just having gotten your last tick pulled from your fur. And everybody went to Ether Fort for like 4
Not
weeks.
everybody.
Not everybody.
Most everybody. 22
Mostly
days,
everybody.
pretty much.
Did you make that handout? Or
I'm getting there. I'm getting
You're
there.
at the fort,
Okay. I was just
and
wondering.
I'm in a vacation home, and while the remove curses doing it.
So every day at midnight, Zan'Kiri goes and presses the button to remove curse as people are brought in, as per his advertisement. I'm also going to go ahead and open the... I didn't realize I hadn't given you the metallic Peacekeeper sheet. So setting that now. It's in extra player bits. That was there anything you wanted to do in either in Moonwatch, or would you have tried to tag along with the group going to Aetherfort?
I don't think Aetherfort really has anything that needs. If absolutely nothing else, Dad would probably spend the time properly making his exhaustive tunnel system throughout the entire fort. You know, fit with traps and everything. So he can literally appear anywhere, anytime he wants to be.
So Zan'Kiri offered to put
If need be.
glyphs of warding places early in the
Yeah.
chat.
I can't
Talk to
remember
Fergus about
what
how
the
many he
wording do.
can and is willing to pay for.
How expensive is a glyph?
You have to remind me what they do.
They store a spell of 3rd level or higher, and when the specified trigger goes off, they cast a spell. So like Fireball, Dispel Magic, or higher level ones. Basically stored spell. They're landmines. He spent money to put them around on the
I will
above
talk to
ground.
Fergus at some point later.
Look, as long as it's not thunder damage, it won't bring down anything.
1
Exactly.
point of thunder damage, and the whole thing just sinks to the Underdark.
60
Exactly.
point of fire, you're fine.
Yeah, because it's fire. Anyway.
Correct.
The book house losing your mind and crying a bit.
I can't really think of much Dad actually needs to do right now.
And Daryl, as I'm finally getting back to your natural one, you stay up all night and incur a point of exhaustion. You're there with a candle, and there's like tears of frustration on these book ledgers as you start to see, like, you think your candle's gotten brighter, and then you look and you see it's sunlight coming through the glass panes, and you realize, oh, it's like when you
Donna
it's
would
the-
have
Mhm.
went to Endario in the library, or looked for her at least.
I'll say you get there as like mostly into the night. After they give you some tests, like in the minute, tack on some downtime to not reverse what she was doing. They give you some tests in Etherfort to make sure there's nothing weird changed about how you're behaving, and it all comes up clean. And then you make your way to the library about an hour before sunrise, and see a single candle on in this library. Well, you see, there's probably a couple, but you see in her section, just Andariel sitting there, combing over these books, hand on her head, just dying. And you see she has all sorts of ledgers in all different languages, just stacked up.
And Dario, what are you doing?
Apparently wasting time. She's going to crawl into your arms, hold on to you, and just start weeping.
Aww.
Morgana will just start petting her hair. What is wrong, Dario?
I found out nothing.
Nothing.
Well, not
Looks at the
completely
pile of books.
nothing. Not completely nothing, just a lot of stuff that's not very useful. Like, I know how much they paid in taxes the third year that they were a business. I have no idea what they did, though.
Very.
We'll look between Andariel and all of the books. This is probably a
There's
bunch of
a
them.
lot.
Andariel, thank you for looking.
Sorry, I couldn't find anything of use. Well, she'll tell her everything she did learn, the few things, the guy's name, and whatnot. Yeah.
Does that name bring about anything?
You now have a face to the name, but there's no like sudden flashbacks.
Okay. And then it's said that this guy died.
Assumedly, and you watched his body when you know he died. When you crawled out, you saw his like crushed corpse.
Huh. Well, as he's pretty dead. Basically, just pat Dario on the head. It's all right. Everything that you were able to find was more than satisfactory. And then she'll start putting the books away.
No, don't do that.
You and Daryl, you would know.
Daryl will stop Morgana. No. They'll get mad at you for doing that. It's someone's literal job to do that, to make sure they get back in the correct spots.
Mid putting in the shelf, pulls it back.
And you
sets
see
it
like
back down on the
behind
stack.
you a portal woman with like those like old lady readers with like the little beads on goes, and it helps us track which ones get pulled.
Correct.
She just appeared.
Morgana steps away.
She starts stacking. Why? You were busy.
Yes. You wouldn't happen to know where there's any useful information on this company, do you?
What company?
I have forgotten the name of it.
Aegis.
Aegis. The Aegis company.
I'm gonna roll a d20 for this librarian.
Please
God, I
do.
love it already.
Should I do it at advantage because she works here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if she is in this section.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I think I know one. You see, she goes over to like, these are like a 4 or 5 story bookshelves, and she goes over to like the rolling cart, slides it down. Tortle walks her way up. It's a very awkward ladder, and you're very worried she's going to fall. Because she looks like an old lady, and this is definitely not built for her stride. But she gets to the top and pulls a small leather bound journal, blows dust off it, slides down, opens it. Ah, I did that. I thought so. We got the journal of that, what's his name? That Montague fella.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
that's useful. Can I buy a copy of this book? Because
well,
we're about to leave town.
our printer's normally here, but he's bright and early in the morning. It's gonna take him a bit to copy the whole thing. But I'll go ahead and set you aside down there when he comes in. Do you want the whole book or
All right.
just some pages?
Whole book.
All
And
right.
have it shipped to Fort Nyx.
You'll give
just
him
try-
the shipping information.
All right.
She's just doing her job now.
He's like, no, that's not my job.
She'll write it down and pay whatever needs to be paid.
Probably run you about 2 gold to be done, 1 gold to ship it, 3 gold total.
Right. She's going to leave 5 gold to try and get it expedited.
You see like a very young half-elf man, big, thick, round glasses, like a full-on nerd stereotype. Looks like Milo Thatch in half-elf form. That too. He's sitting down. You can imagine, full Milo Thatch look. Just, I can start copying now, I guess. As he slides a stack of things over, as you give him a lot of money to get it done quicker.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And this is where to ship it.
Marks down the address and quickly looks at the
I
label.
am going to go fall asleep in the cart. Zombie walks to the cart, falls asleep in it.
Valid.
That's strange. Zan'Kiri's not here.
If Morgana sees Andariel zombie walking, she's getting picked up.
All right. She won't fight that.
She's too tired.
And she normally has
And
the
she has a
strength to fight her.
negative strength.
And also because I got the reprogramming, I took +2 in strength for my level up. So it's even better.
Boom!
Oh, you're at your 20 now?
Yes, finally.
Strength optimization program implemented.
Yeah.
So, you all head back on the cart and start to leave town. Give me another d20 to see how the trip back
Is
treats you
this
all.
after the 10 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, on the travels, I wanted to do at least 2 more calls to my dad.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so the first one is, not going to lie, I'm with a necromancer, a werebear death priest, a rat experimented by a mind flayer. Everything's suspicious! Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom.
I love the fact that the warlock is left out of that. Yay!
He ran out of words. Your response is, should I send a supply kit to you to help protect yourself or further your investigations?
How am I suspicious? What did I do? Who is here?
I would say, next day I will say, no, they're slight harmless as you can get. Maybe not necromancer. Maybe not the necromancer. Also, I think the hack is making a coven.
He responds, seems likely. She sent us a letter saying she's done doing her parole,
Oh,
and then
no.
said many expletives in Sylvan and Common. I would not engage if I were you.
Too late.
Give me
I
another
think
history
that-
check.
have engaged with her on multiple occasions.
I've
Engaged with her
actually
engagement.
only made one deal with her. Everyone else has done more than that.
Well, most of it has been shopping.
There's just a bear sipping tea somewhere.
That
Okay,
is a
another
bed.
history check.
Like a
Mhm. You remember way back when you were chilling and Kroby came out of her shop and busted down your door to try and hand you a letter? And you said, oh,
Yeah.
I don't work for them. She said, oh, never mind then. You get a feeling you now know what was in that letter. To whom it may concern, fuck you, I'm not doing my parole anymore. Come kill me if you want to get mad about it. Send.
I see.
She said, die mad about it.
That was what was in the letter all those sessions ago. But you said, no, it's not my problem. Send it to him yourself. I don't want it. She said,
And
okay.
fourth day is
letter
yeah, that's
enclosed
what.
said, "Don't care, didn't ask, cry about it, stay mad."
And she
And
went,
the next
"I-
day, I would, yeah. And the next day, I will say, well, that explains a bit. Oh, what? I just lost what I was gonna say. All this weird stuff has been delaying the delivery of the item. We'll get it soon enough. We'll give it soon enough.
Say that last part again. Your delivery of item.
We'll give it soon enough.
Item you're referring to is
The scroll that we have inside our.
right.
Baby.
His response: I can send extraction team if more convenient.
Do you think they won't try and attack all the bunch of weirdos in my group?
That was the next day sending. He responds: I can order discretion of the highest order on this team, and we can have them meet at a different drop zone. Yeah,
I'll choose an inn.
sounds good. I just want it to happen in Karen's inn while he's just floating in the pool. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we're good, and he's just conked out on the flamingo thing as they're handing it off.
where am I?
And then gets surrounded by.
Excuse me,
by
Mr.
blood
Mr. Karen.
Um,
Do I smell
act-
weed?
I actually just sat down. What the fuck?
Referencing a drop set going on, and I was like, I'd like this to very funnily happen right in front of Karen by the pool for some reason. Just have him wake
Oh,
up from his
shit.
float and go, what happened?
Sam wakes up and he sees pack of blood hunters waiting.
My eyes fucking bulge out of my head. Ah!
You see Tristan handing over his suitcase, a nod, and these four agents just turn to look at you. Just immediately,
No.
your heart rate that had been lowered from all this relaxation spikes. Just
You know, I didn't expect it to be silver, but I respect it as I take out my fucking wig. Ah!
I imagine you putting on his brass
Oh,
knuckles,
don't worry.
doggy paddling
I'm
towards the edge.
you. Oh, I mean, I told them, but I'm telling them not to engage with you. So yeah,
It'll more likely happen to the harbor, but funny image.
yeah.
So, he'll tell you to send him a message the day before you need him to be there.
Just don't let it get lost. I remember that there were 4 casualties. 4 or 5 casualties, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get this.
10-4 is the basic response you get.
Yep.
So,
Bravo Frog going dark.
once again, in search of funny, D20 from the people riding back to see how poor the return trip goes.
Yes!
Oof.
I like
Ooh.
the fact that our rolls are
The
matching each other.
number of the beast!
Oh, nice.
No, because my 11 is in the middle there.
I'm
Find
ignoring
me
your 11
something
for
to
funny.
chainsaw!
You all have run into like a combat encounter every single day. There is skin scraping storms every day of the trip.
Unbeknownst to them, they accidentally didn't reprogram it right, and they just downloaded fucking Army of Darkness 2.
You encounter the werepigs again. You just it's like the classics. You get the hits of the last time you came to either fort and just plowing through these obstacles one after another. Just let
great!
it in.
We see the ice trolls again.
No, please.
You are chased by ice giants for a day.
Well, trolls are advanced.
Oh, they were giants. Yeah.
Kira's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And after all this, like, Katira, your face is like weathered and like scratched up a bit from like the intensity of the storms each day. And you're finally getting back to the fort, and then almost like a fuck you, all of the storm stops just as you pull in. And like sunshine, pretty
I
weather.
wish I didn't remember how to feel anger and hatred right now.
I bet this is the hack's fault.
Oh,
Karen is just at the end of the last thing, and they get back. A very rejuvenated looking Karen is walking up. Just they're walking. Oh, hey guys, you guys look terrible. Oh, it's my good bitch, and I go up and I start patting on him.
Scritches.
It's the same angry-looking Chibi Morgana as when you healed Zan'Kiri after she got obliterated by those damn robots.
Katira looks you dead in the eyes and says, fuck off.
I really need to sit down and draw that.
You guys need to take a vacation like me.
You have like the souvenir cup he has, like it's one of those like
oh yeah,
ones with,
medieval
like,
times
straw.
cup. Let's go.
I want to draw it in the same because I couldn't remember what the fuck I had seen that made me think of it, but it's in the style that they do in Blaze Blue when they're doing a gag reel.
So I assume at the end of the 2 weeks, the remove cursing is taken off, right?
It's just not being activated anymore, but he is not. It costs money to change it over. So when Fergus gets back, he can say at the end of those 2 weeks, I will have paid to change it to the zombie one.
Well, during those 2 weeks, could I have done something?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah, go ahead.
Only vacation.
Okay.
Yes, tell me what you want to do.
Well, I missed you what I was going to do.
Oh yeah.
A while ago. So first, what a Karen that doesn't look anything near. Oh my god. Look anything near.
Are you using your hat
like the
disguise?
Karen that? No. This is just a very young Karen. I'm pretty sure that was it ugly Karen that they saw.
Yep.
I'm like 3 stages away from the Karen that those fuckers saw. Also looking rejuvenated as fuck. I could just be a party boy. It was like, all right.
And you're trying to find the zealots.
First I'm going to walk into the temple to pay respects to the and I'll inquire. There any? What was it, a meeting or a convention in town?
Give me an investigation check to try and suss out clues of where they went.
If it isn't saucy check. Investigation. Oh, I'm so smart. Guidance. Spec. Oh,
Y'all are doing great. Not a clue.
Who's in the chat?
Yep.
You look and you could always do a sending to them, but you find no physical trail of where they went.
That's fine. Is it possible to do this from the tower, or is there like interference? Because I don't know how warded this thing is.
There's a balcony that you can step on and turn on and off the warding.
Step out of the negative Wi-Fi range. Got it.
Yeah, there's an implemented like there's a service for the sending people. Like you can just page them and somebody will come up and do it for you.
Yep, I got my own.
I think somebody in like a busboy outfit shows up.
Thank you. All right,
Or a bellboy,
I
rather.
will do the casting of sending.
Yeah.
And
To
it's been
head
a,
bitch?
it's been a few weeks.
Mhm.
All right, a good few weeks actually.
Casting it to head bitch?
Yeah, head bitch. That's the only one I really talked to. The other one just gunned me down.
Yeah. Under her orders.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
the orc
under
was
her.
aggressive?
Yeah, the yes, the one that I let live and almost got into a fucking fight with fucking Andari Lover. So, you healed up yet?
You don't enough be unconscious several fucking times.
Yes. That
Your
you
voice-
kept getting back up from.
Your voice
Yeah.
sounds pretty much the same, so she recognizes you.
It sounds a lot clearer.
Hmm.
But it just tells you who it is. That it says you know.
Yeah.
My voice.
You hear a response. Why? Looking for another round? It was not. Though the words sounded cheeky, they were very clearly pissed.
I'll cast again. And let you.
Remember the orc bitch we fought when he almost got killed because he ran off by
Only that
himself?
could have been typed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No, he's talking about my sending.
No, I'm talking about her talking over you trying to do the sending.
No.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
say
people-
in the next one? Shut up,
Yeah.
Pyro. What do you say in the next one?
Yeah, you monopolize the rest of the session, fuckers.
Hey, fuck you. You're the one that decided not to come.
I was busy. I didn't wanna.
You're the one that decided to go to the wizard.
Busy my ass, Mr. Fucking Hawaiian shirt.
I was
What are you talking about?
We
I was
invited
I
you.
was on your side till you said that, so fuck you.
Everybody
I
just
was
ripped their
busy
character skins
doing
off, and the
jack
players
shit.
just yelled at Cam.
I was
The
busy
players jump
not
in and start
and
fist
making your
fighting.
shit my problem. Anyway, what I'm
Yes,
saying
attack
to,
the elderly.
How many times do we have
Eddie.
to teach you this lesson, old man?
but I'm hot now.
I just love these.
So, old man on the inside.
So I'm dusty and crusty on the inside.
These chainsaws will let me see that inside really easily too.
And Hero's gonna buy you those. You already got them yourself, fucker. All right. The lady was
Mhm.
sending with the hippity hoppity music. All right then, Kerr. I came for a talk. You shot me.
Response comes. Well, you were hella suspicious.
Sus?
Sus?
Oh shit! Look, sus.
That looks
How is
nothing
that
like an
a
Amogus.
mogus?
In
How is
my
that
good
a mogus?
Christian
It's a very
standards,
crumpled Amogus. I tried.
The Amogus put through several trash compactors. Like, how hard is
Hang
it to
on.
just? That's
I
a
wanted to
better.
make it-
Like,
I wanted to make it out of trash.
yeah, well, you succeeded.
There we go. Just-
God damn it.
All right.
She says, "Well, you were hella suspicious. I don't regret anything." Coward.
L plus ratio.
She uses the orc word for coward, which it's got an extra heavy connotation in orc. It's like the worst insult you could lower on somebody.
I wanted a random cleaning lady to walk in to just see my eyes red, just fucking crumpling the whatever it was my hand.
Housekeep, no. Like,
I'll come back late.
And then he gets in touch with his orc upbringing. And the next words out of his mouth are sending in orcish. Who's the coward who called her dogs to shoot me? I still have it. I'm willing to talk. Bitch. The orc word for bitch. More orc. Orc. And gork.
Her response? Then let's talk. Her interest is very clearly piqued.
Alright. I'm just going to be spending spell slots because I have fourths and thirds, so
you
that's
can also
5
call
total.
somebody up to do this for you.
I'd rather they not know this.
Fair.
That's kind of what got him almost killed in the first place.
Yeah. Who knows?
Is Andariel finally going to be free of Cairn? Turn in next week to find out.
No, I am plot essential to my own story. Yours is only crack cocaine. Don't worry. There we go. Look at this trash thing. It's like a Mogus, but like curved by Nurgle. It's beautiful.
Get that
Mogus.
Anyway. Ah, damn it.
Mogus.
Mogus. The next one. Shorn and Twain. My next sending will involve. Oh shit! Hang on.
That one's off.
So he starts descending.
Oh god.
As one word for the bird. My army!
Sorry, I've been eating
Poor
salsa
Sage.
and it tried to kill me. Ugh. Right. Standing and this time let's not wander into a gunfight. Neutral ground. I have news on the vampires.
Rat finger guns.
When and where?
I'll say this is about a week and a half before they get back.
Mhm.
And I'll give them in about a week and a half's time. Be in Moonwatch. Be in I don't know, Town Square.
Counter offer. Woods near Moonwatch.
Can I just like give the mental like approximation of a fucking snort across the line?
For another sending.
Yeah, I got him.
A whole sending just to snort.
Yep. Just a snort. All one word. Yeah, not happening.
And I'm not walking myself or any of my followers into an open area to be bombarded by vampires.
In Moonwatch? In Moonwatch?
Watch this bitch she's got void shields. I mean, shield something. She's got something.
Our barrier is failing.
I'm not going to walk into
shield.
I'm not walking into the woods to get gunned down and sacrificed like you fucking freaks.
Well,
Like the last time.
Then
Very
find-
contemptuous. Fucking.
Then find a middle ground and we'll talk.
I think in the middle of the town that she obliterated him in the first place is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, a reasonable person would think so.
this bitch is not a reasonable person. She kept attacking Katira.
That part's fine.
Fuck you.
You can tell she's looking for assurances of her safety. Because there's no
We're at the
guarantee you
level where we
aren't
can-
charmed by the vampires and being used to lure her in.
We're at a level where we can beat her ass now.
Yeah, so is she.
My assumption is that Connor's been leveling her.
Yeah, if y'all are gaining experience, so would fucking she.
Yeah,
Is she out here? She out here questing too, bitch.
That's unfair.
She's praying
She out
harder.
here fighting them
I
vampires.
don't imagine she doesn't get stronger, but if she's going at the same rate we are, then damn. But we're doing really everyday shit.
You know, I bet she didn't have to fight for level 8.
Fuck you.
Damn! With the steel chair!
Well, good luck convincing me for level 9.
You're gonna stay
Don't worry,
level
you'll
8 forever.
No. Live, honey. We don't have to really convince him. He'll forget come another 6 months.
Another 6.
So, Karen, do you say anything back to her?
If anyone were to see it, Karen, there is a large and probably sensor-worthy vein going across his forehead, straight from his neck. And bit of an undercurrent of bear in this next one. Hang on. I'm just being nice here. I have the object. I have other people. I'm just giving the zealots what they want, because at this point I can take whatever help I need. Take it or leave it. In the middle of Moonwatch,
I
we
think
will
take it or leave
conduct. Yeah, I'll send another sending right after before she fucking replies, if that's it.
it. Sure.
Yeah. You come with minimal guards, or we don't talk at all. I have other options.
Our response? If you cared about getting these vampires taken care of, you wouldn't suggest such an insulting offer. Best of luck getting drained.
He's not in that kind of hotel.
Well,
Well,
you never saw what the other settings to that pool door did.
hold on now.
hey now, you're in Austin.
This wizard be up to some business.
Hey,
The Wizard
contracts
Hotel,
with-
yeah.
with- Wizard Hotel, extra planar.
You pay him enough, and he
Do these
personally
rooms-
comes
Do
down.
these rooms rent by the hour?
Depends on the package you're subscribed to.
These rooms
Yeah,
rent by the
there you go.
5-minute intervals. Might need
Ah,
2 of them at
My
most.
package.
Get back in the fucking
So-
hole, you rat.
She responds with the, if you cared, you wouldn't give me such an insulting offer. Good luck getting drained.
Okay.
If you care, you wouldn't have shot me.
And I'll reply with I think my last actually, that's my last 4th level for the day. And my sheet has decided to commit origami mode. Hang on. Oh, I rolled 20. Why must you be off? Anyway, I'll then in a minute. If you weren't so caught up in your own nonsense, you could actually get anything done. You're a borderline cult. That's it.
And then her response, because of how sending works.
Yep.
How do I word this?
fuck shit, eat ass, go suck a dick, sell drugs.
She will say,
Suck a dick and sell drugs.
I am homeless.
Our Lady.
I am gay. Oh, go
She
ahead.
will say, Our Lady watches over you as well. Hold your tongue, who you accuse of culthood. And then she'll use the orc word for...
Bitch ass.
It's like turncoat, traitor, blasphemer.
Oh.
If somebody in the warband said, you know, I'm not really into the whole war thing, it's what you would insult them with.
I hate that noise suppression. What was on? I saw the green thing. I was going to say heretic.
But yeah, she basically calls you like heretic in orc. Which kind of
Jasmine,
translates
how
into,
do you
like,
plead? Never mind. Bang. Karen is out of sending and fucks to give. Tomorrow I will. My other contact,
Mhm.
the good
who?
Duke, or was he Duke or Baron?
Who?
I don't remember his name.
Give me a location.
The fucker that was at the party, the Dragonborn, the brother or something.
The one of Drakengard, the Earl.
Yeah, Earl. That's the.
Oh, was
fucking...
that the one that you didn't let any of us go in the room with you?
No, wait, what?
It's the one he went to visit at his chambers privately later.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
I didn't
that
ask Wah about it.
Earl Osric
Waba.
Borvain.
Yeah, Earl. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Didn't you end up being like, take me into private for this, no one follow me, I don't want anyone to know what's happening here, like 2 episodes in?
That was his sister who was dead, assassinated by the vampires. And I was and I found out it was a vampires by doing a pseudo autopsy where there's a of the
It
fucking.
was the literal autopsy. It wasn't pseudo about it. You literally went into it and did an autopsy.
I didn't cut the bitch open.
You did?
I just turned her over and saw the fucking hole in the bottom of her spine.
Yeah, you didn't cut her open because you didn't have to. You had everything you needed.
Karen.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
somebody's
Send
on
her
the
a-
table
send
for an
her a
autopsy,
sending
their
with
head's
that.
blown off. They got cause of death.
How many words is that?
The one I sent is that's 25, including all the pluses. So
Good.
you can say don't care plus.
What
Didn't
the
ask.
fuck is in meme
Plus
storage?
Stay man. He finally looked.
Oh
So
That's Azrael, baby.
So you're saying
Why
you're
is
sending to the Earl.
Yes. This will be the next day after I've calmed down and got
Mhm.
my spell slots back. And I'll
You took a dip in the pool immediately.
It started boiling for some reason.
There's also like massages there, which would be they were like laying into your stress knots.
You're so tense. What's going on in your life?
Whoa.
And then he gets tenser. At one point, they take like a mallet and just start like cracking it down on you. Like, God damn!
It's just the Elden. They brought in the Elden Ring Smith to just bash into my back.
I will make it canon. The people there were like unable to get in, so they called a guy in on his off day, and you just see the swollest Goliath you've ever seen.
They brought in Helga.
Sit very still, and you get manhandled like a squeaky toy. Just
You get cracked like a fucking glow stick?
yes.
My man posted up look like fucking Kingpin.
Somebody casts yes. Somebody casts Private Sanctum around the room so nobody hears you wailing through the entirety of the place.
Shrieking.
Yes. Everyone outside the room just hears the fucking Patrick getting trumpeted.
Yeah.
Trombone, my bad.
To the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on.
Alright. Yeah. I'm not sure how safe sending is. Are there ways around that?
The ways to what?
Like tap in. He's just being extra careful. paranoia, but is there actually a way for people to like tap into sending?
Wiretap ascending.
If they were scrying on, well, it's a telepathic message. Technically, if somebody were in a zone between you and them and had the ability to hear all telepathy like an elder brain, then they would hear your end of the conversation. But as far as I know, there's no way to wiretap ascending. Unless you were hit with like a specific curse or...
I don't know how many or if they have any.
Connor starts brainstorming specific curses to wiretap sending.
I had any instances of like looking at and seeing anything watching me. Like the only thing I've really caught on was a while back and that one vampire lady. And then after that, I don't think I remember like you saying she popped up.
Yep, you even after that you looked and you haven't seen her in a while. And you've got the feeling you may have been followed for a while, and you've had this question for a while enough that you would have just gotten it. Seems that her mission directive took her elsewhere, and she couldn't just follow you forever. So at a certain point, the cost benefit of trying to snag your stone off you got weighed out, and then the trail went cold when you became a werebear, and you bought yourself some time, and now you're thoroughly back on their radar thanks to the assassination.
How did the assassination
of the vampire?
What the hell do they think I'm involved with that guy?
They sent you the letter.
I know they sent the letter, but I don't know. There's no way they should have known I was involved with the assassination. The guy died before he could talk.
Very interesting question you stumbled upon, but they did.
And yet.
Okay.
This is a realization I thought he had last session.
No.
What?
I figured just
okay. He thought it was a plot hole.
Not really, but I thought
wasn't a bug. It was a feature.
No, I thought it was something else, but alright. If it's that one, sure. Shit. I'll send him a sending. I have news in regards to the infected, or thanks, whatever word works. I am unsure if sending is safe.
You've got 12 more words.
I do not use them.
The Earl, Osram Borvain, responds. Sending should be safe enough. Tell me what updates you have when you have a chance. I will be eagerly awaiting.
Alright, I'll recast sending. Can you put me on the Underdark? Or what's the name of the city in the Underdark?
Galazorn.
Galazorn? Got it. Vampires have infested Galazorn in the Underdark. One of their number is dead. There is a full team down here.
Now you also know this guy is not from Casterg.
And then I'll probably recast sending again to inform him.
His response on that first one.
Yeah.
Tonight when you dream, I will be in contact.
Damn, this man got a fucking dream god on him? Bitch.
Bitch, help us out!
He is in fact a noble.
What? Nobles have money? No.
Unrealistic.
What?
In
madness.
Rich nobles in my game? This cast is
only the bandits are rich. Come on, guys.
You click one and they bleed gold.
I'm proud of you.
When you go to dream that night, actually, hang on. I need to check and see if this is a divination spell. It's illusion, so it is not blocked by private sanctum.
Really?
Correct.
That's a bit of an oversight.
It is what it is. But yeah.
All right.
Private sanctum protects you from scrying. I don't know if sending's divination. I think it's evocation. So you can do sendings, but dream can target you. Let's see. So as you dream, as you're frolicking through whatever madness your dream is, it suddenly gets extremely ordered, and you see you are in like the office of Osrin as he
It's-
alters your dream
It's
format.
it's just his old doctor's office. Him brewing some tea in the little kitchenette he has on the side.
And it immediately gets reskinned to this noble's office as he contacts you through dream.
And there goes my tea.
Flicks his finger and the tea appears in your hand.
By the way, in his dream, he's still old.
Nice. Which is fitting because that's how you looked when you last saw him.
Yeah.
So, you had updates on the vampires? You should be able to
Yes.
show me your memories through this. Just remember them.
Just letting you know, I recently became a werebear, so I look different now.
I will say in your
And,
dream
I'm
form,
hot.
you probably do have, like, you look like your hybrid form in your dream, probably. Just as...
No, there's just a bear napping in the corner.
Okay, then there is a full polar bear always there with you.
Yeah, she's just napping. Her name's Sheila.
She gets up and goes and, like, rubs her head up against the noble. Like a cat brushing up against your leg. She does that to him.
Good.
She's also the size of a house cat.
Baby! Baby! Good. I give her a bowl of honey. There you go. Just
Head
hold
first.
Insult to fucking injury.
Hey, bears like honey. Don't read into it.
So, show me your...
Not all of our characters are near constantly introspecting of themselves, Liv.
Not
Sounds
all
like
of our
you-
characters kill people with honey.
So, do you show him just the memory and the, like, mission report of
Yes.
everything that happened? You do so in the dreamscape altars to show a literal playback of everything that happened from your perspective. He nods, and he pulls the other half of the stone out from his neck and has it out. Do you still have yours?
I do.
And
I
you
do.
still have the scroll I gave you.
I think Zan'Kiri made me another one. If not,
I
then
don't think
I
he
don't
has
know.
yet.
We needed it in order to silence us. This one, as you see here, I am making. I can. My companion is remaking one when he can.
Give me a persuasion check to save the Lawson relation that that would result in.
How that lost in relation? We had it to silence the vampire. Okay. Do I need to add a +4, or is 19 good enough?
That's up to you.
Leave the 19.
You remember you were given the scroll specifically so that he would part with the half of his family's sacred relic. And the scroll was a way of keeping him sound of mind, that if push came to shove, you could stop it from getting into the vampire's hands. What
And
you then
that's why
admitted to
I-
was taking his safety button and using it for something else. However, just was still throwing away the safety device that was why he let you keep it.
Can I speak?
You may.
I've remained in extreme isolation at intense cost until this can be remade.
He's just kind of staring at you, forming his thoughts.
Yeah.
So what are you looking
Good
to do?
for fucking 19.
So what are you looking to do about the rest of the vampires?
For the moment, lay low till I can get the scroll remade. And then I wish. A rat burrows through my dreams. He's burrowing in his sleep. Dreamwalker.
Wait a minute. This isn't the Underdark.
Get back in the hole.
Anyway.
Ignore him. He's weird. And then my compatriots may have intention of heading back into the Underdark at some point. But that will come after I get these scroll remade.
After you get the what remade?
Scroll.
Ah, right. He's still kind of taking it in stride. I took a very big risk with you, Cairn. One, I must admit, had to have been partially motivated by my grief of my sister and lust for revenge.
True enough.
Trust that you will have consequences should this stone fall in the wrong hands. Not just from your foes, but from me.
Do not threaten me. I'll be dead before this goes anywhere else. That's what the scroll's for. I've already been bitched at by one unreasonable person today. Do not make it two. It just subconsciously right through the window in my office. We'll see down the cold. The bitch.
He looks at you. He stands up from his desk, walks around and gets in your face, snarls a bit as it's dragonborn and says, "You would do best to remember your place and the gift I gave you that can easily be taken. You get one. Don't ever talk back to me like that again. You are the one in my good graces and being given a favor. Do not forget that."
A not cat-sized growl comes from behind him.
She's now like a huge sized creature, like a dire polar bear.
Oh, big bang.
My face just remains impassive. I will abide by our deal. Do not deign to talk to me like one of your servants.
Give me an intimidation check. I'm gonna do a competing intimidation check.
Oh, good. The paladin. The paladin. You say? All right. Okay.
Good luck. The dice can be fickle.
Do you want me to roll mine first or yours first, Pyro?
I want to see what you roll. I'm really curious.
This dick's out on the table right now.
Put them out and measure, boys.
Cool, we go.
All right. Bet.
You got an 11 to beat.
I told you the dice can be fickle.
Diet +4. Eat shit. I don't care.
No, God!
I don't give a damn.
No, you had to declare that beforehand, man.
No, you don't.
No, I
No,
don't.
you
Shut
don't.
the fuck up, Liv. Get back in your hole.
He does.
You
get
do
to
not.
it.
No,
You
I don't.
don't have to declare before. That's dumb. What's the point of having an
You
emergency?
said this,
roll?
That's
Connor.
why we.
Yeah, that's why I said you
do
can.
Oh,
I know.
Unclog the diabetes from your ears.
I'm
No.
trying to tell Liv that it'd be dumb to have an emergency +4 that you can't do after you need an
Anyway,
emergency.
I'm wasting
+4.
my +4 in a dick measuring contest. Let's go.
You all
Hey,
are
it's worth it.
You all size up in this dream.
Oh, +4 card. I thought you were talking about guidance.
Oh.
No.
So he's starting the dream's starting to warp to his like anger and is starting to get towards that nightmarish effect. But you're similarly, you have the bear part of you behind is laying it on thick, and like it breathes out as if it were very cold, like its misted breath comes out and then flash freezes on the back of his neck.
I will stand up. And
he was inches from your face while he said this.
yeah, well, I stand up, and I don't know how big he is, but I'm not an inconsequentially sized creature.
Yeah, he's probably a little taller.
Damn, this man's past 7'2".
Your old
Big
man
boy.
hunch. You said you still looked old man.
Okay, then either way, old man. Crack my back a little bit as I pop out the hunch. Do to remember, boy. We have a deal. I do not swear fealty to you. I came to earn to you to help get a problem solved. This is not the first time I've borne witness of horrors beyond men's imagination. I am sorry for your grief. I mourn every life taken by one of these fanged scum. And I do not break my word unless... No. Sorry, let me rephrase that considering recent events.
Uh-huh.
I do not break my word to honorable folk. I have pegged you as honorable. Do not make me doubt this.
And with a successful beating him out in the intimidation check, he just kind of looks at you and goes, "This was the one. I trust you'll uphold your end of the bargain for now." And he'll take his step back. And Sylvan Dragonborn just kind of hands up. I concede, body language.
The bear go. By the way, the bear's face is covered in honey.
Yeah. Honey shards,
honey,
just frozen into spikes.
Good. I'll pat the bear.
And then she calms down and shrinks back to house cat size.
Yes. Now that we've gotten the unpleasantness out of the way, as far as I'm aware, and I'll lore dump information on what I know of your the horror stories of fucking Gasturgian strike teams.
Mm-hmm. And he's now thoroughly aware of what he needs to be prepared for.
And we've knocked down what appears to be the weakest member, given that afterwards there was a minor change in how strong they were.
Well, you all just got the discount version because I hadn't statted him out properly.
But the lore reason.
Mm-hmm. The lore reason is you got the God brand.
He's such a cool character, though. But never mind.
Shut up, you did not just... Anyway, I'm
Boats
moving on.
made of people, Connor! People!
I'm not fixating on that. I refuse. He nods, and he kind of, like, pushes his hand forward through the air, and as he does, he kind of turns to nothingness, and you return back to your original dream.
I wake up with a craving for honey. Just the bare necessities. I go and I brew a pot of tea, because now I'm pissed. Well, more contemplative, but yeah. Consternating. Big bushy eyebrows.
As you calm down a bit, you probably are a bit struck. Or, I'll ask you, is Karen at all struck after that, going, maybe he did have a point about me doing what I did? Or does Karen remain locked in the, no, I did nothing wrong, he's overreacting mindset?
Karen did what he had to survive, and he fully intends on getting that security back.
Alright. That's the answer I needed.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, man.
Yeah. So.
Especially when it's Zan'Kiri asking you to do something, you don't tell him no.
As shown by recent events with the governess.
You don't tell him things are bad, especially considering I'm traumatized that Talaga exists. There's a bit of trauma behind listening to Zan'Kiri for Karen. So that far away is any fucking chagrin I can get from the good Earl.
Mm-hmm. He might be in touch in future times, since you now know he has the dream spell at his disposal.
You saw that nightmare shit. I'm going to send him old man tunes throughout their sending.
I'm just thinking of what's that classic one?
It's just the Fallout theme music.
No, I'm thinking of the meme one. The like 1920s version of. They say it's like the 1920s version of WoP. It's the what's it called?
The Jada book.
No. It's the one that's got the lady on there. She's like, I can't say that on recording.
Go ahead.
No. Go on.
No, I don't think I will.
Coward.
So.
The orc word for coward.
Umgak.
The lowest, or the 2 weeks comes to an
Stealing
end,
of the dwarves.
and then some change as you all gather back up and prepare to head out.
Yeah, I've taken the rest of the week to just relax, and then I walk up and say, "Oh, is it good, Beatrice and Claudia? Did you behave for Katira?" They shake their heads,
Fuck
no.
off.
Oh, you so good. I
Hee-haw in
brought them
excitement.
gourmet. I brought them gourmet sugar cubes.
They inhale them. They did not look like they were, as you do notice they are like, they don't have the like magical treatment you give them on the road where you like dump a spare restoration here and there on them. So they look tired.
Oh, babies. I guess I'll help them lead in the cart, and then I'm going to pamper the donkeys or the mules.
In front of your teammate.
Yes.
And you all are watching, seething with anger as like a raindrop rolls down your nose and drops off as he's like petting and taking care of the animals.
Washing, getting ticks removed.
A bar above them appears, Karen. So and so will
joke
remember
around,
this.
That
So
shit
was it
sucks.
on you? Was it on you or your kill?
What do you think?
Both.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I'm giving them the donkey equivalent of a bubble bath.
I think that's where we're going to call it for this week. It's a very good stopping place.
Where we all glare.
Yeah, glaring. The 2 week stuff has been done, and you all have. You can say throughout the week if there's any preparations you wanted to get before you head back to the Underdark.
Don't worry, next session.
Yep. Next session, you all are diving into the Underdark as per your own
Yep.
intent.
I guess.
Yeah.
I need to remember to ask Fergus to make me another scroll, or remind me if he already did that, and then I could be like an idiot. And if that's how it turns out he did make me one, I just forgot. Then we'll say live at home.
You forgot that you had it. Old man kicked in. I don't want to retcon what happened because it was an important moment.
It was a good moment. It just I'll say it didn't get to me yet, or I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Or he's angry that it was his specifically.
Oh!
Look at that damage.
For one attack.
That's hot.
That's one
I
turn.
cast haste on the robot.
Another one.
Beyblade. Anyway, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Remember the vertical Beyblades?